Welcome back, guys, and I am glad to have you back. And in this video, we are going over ECOC, every camp out carry. And there's many like it, but this is mine. This is my personal kit. So basically, from campouts and doing campouts and overnighters, I've discovered things I like to use. And I had to keep reminding myself when I built this kit that this is not a first aid kit. This is not a survival kit. This is just my little kit, my pouch that I carry with me when I'm doing campouts. And specifically, hot weather camping or spring camping. This isn't my winter one. My winter one, which, if you can't believe it, I'm putting that together for this winter. I'm getting a head start. So, let's go and check out what I got inside, and I'll explain everything to you. Hey, I'm glad to have you guys back too. It's been a couple weeks. It's been really hot. So I'm using the Maxpedition. I think this is called the mini bag. I could be completely wrong on it, but yeah. Okay, the first thing is my headlamp. This is a Petza or Petzl Tactica, and this is, for me, I like to have light at night, and I really like this headlamp because it goes red, and it also has three settings on it, and it's 450 lumens. It's pretty bright. It's a bright headlamp, so that's something I use every time. This is a little mini light, and I think it's a stream light. And this is just a little extra backup light, and it is very, very bright. The only downfall with this is that it does not take batteries. It only charges in a wall charger. But when I'm going camping, I always carry a power bank with me, so I always have a way to charge this, which I can't fit this in my pouch, but it's always with me anyways. So, 2 sets of lights. Since we're on the light topic, we have some chem lights here. And these are actually just some cheapies, like from, I think, Dollar General. But I carry 3 of these in there, and these are nice to have. If you saw my last overnighter I hung up a couple of these in my light fighter tent. And it wasn't these specific ones, as the chem lights, the military, what's the brand name there? KLM light stick. It's a military brand ones. I don't have any more of those, so I gotta buy some more, but I got the cheap ones. We'll see how those do. But I carry 3 of those. Okay, right here I have a wooden dowel rod. And this is basically athletic tape. And this stuff is good to put on, like, if you get blisters. And like I said, this is a hot weather, every camp out carry that I carry with me. So for me, in my experiences, I've gotten blisters from hiking and stuff. And this stuff right here is just a tape. And I had a big roll of it that I bought. So I just unrolled it and I put on a little dowel rod so I could fit it in my pouch here. So definitely good to have. You can put it on your blisters if you get them when you're hiking stuff. Real quick fix. And that's the box, what it's called right there. It's a Leuco tape, I guess is how you pronounce it. But it just comes in a really big roll. And I obviously can't, I don't need that much. But actually, Survival Savvy is the one that posted this on the community page. And I was like, you know what? I wanted to get that because most of the time you buy those blister packets, like Adventure Tech, I think is the brand. They come with little cutouts of blister packets. But honestly, I think this will be just fine. I think you can get a lot more done with just having this with you. So there's that item. Tweezers. So tweezers for me are essential because the Secret Pine Forest, where I like to go, has a lot of ticks. And this is definitely good to have. It's good to have if you get splinters. I'm telling you guys, tweezers really come in handy. And not even that, but also something else I like to carry that I think I am going to add to it is fingernail clippers. But right now I have tweezers in it. And mainly for ticks or splinters or just if you need to get something out. And great to have. Okay, I have a spoon and can opener. And a lot of times I go camping, sometimes I like to take the canned goods. And so I think having a can opener and a bottle, it's got a bottle opener too, which I don't really need that so much. But the can opener I will always have, which is handy. And I always will have a spoon if I ever forget one, because sometimes I forget silverware. So for me, that is an essential item. Safety pin right here. Carry 3 of these. Now this is great for, there's a lot of uses for this. Now this isn't necessarily has to be just used for hot weather camping, but it's good to have. And if you have buttons that are broke or anything that's torn on your stuff, you can use that to hold it together. I mean, you can even use it to hang stuff with. You know, for me, this is almost, I guess I didn't have to put this in my pouch, but I just know safety pins are very handy to have. And there's just a lot of things you can do with them. You can clip stuff to them. And I mean, just for me, the biggest thing is just holding stuff together on your clothing if something rips. And it's also got the needle on it. So if you ever need to get it really red hot and get like a tick off you or something, or I mean, it's just a lot of good uses for this. So bandana. It's just a regular bandana, and this is great. This is actually the one that I use every day at work right now because it keeps the sweat off my eyes, out of my eyes. I'm able to wipe back my head off, my face. I can wet it. I can filter water out with it. But really, for this being my every camp out carry, this would be good for cleaning my hands with, wetting it, wiping my face down, cooling myself off, keeping sweat off me, keeping myself clean basically is what I would use this for when I'm doing camp outs. So lots of great uses for this. Ziploc bag with Tums in it. Well, so what's left is some Tums that I've already used. Now, not everyone need to carry Tums, but for me, I tend to get heartburn off and on, but I've actually kind of changed my diet up a lot, and I don't get heartburn as much, but I tend to still get it once in a while. So when I'm out camping, you know, I'm usually laying flat. So, you know, you think about all the acid reflux going back up into your esophagus and stuff. I can't really like stay inclined as much as I would be if I was at home. So for me, this is great to have in my pouch. Knife. Mine is a Pocket Bushman, and I always use a knife when I'm camping to cut stuff. So, and this one's very slim in profile. And it's a cold steel knife, so what better knife to use? But you guys know knives, they're about every kit that you need. So that goes in the kit, multiple uses. Dish soap. Now, I used to carry wet wipes, but the wet wipes, they dry out and they take up a lot of room. But with dish soap, you only need a little tab. And the difference is with this and regular like antibacterial soap is that this is not antibacterial. But I like this because it's strong and, you know, use it to clean dishes, but it gets the grease off. And like when I'm out camping, if you saw my overnighter not the last one, but the one before that, I got a lot of pine sap off me. So this is really great to have to get the pine sap off your fingers and your hands. So Not antibacterial, but it does clean, and it is good to have. So for me, hot weather camping, dish soap. Okay, since we have dish soap, we also need to have a scrubber with us. And mine's just a cheap plastic one, and I've used them, and it really cleans the hands good. You can really get in there and scrub it good, and you can also use it for dishes. And it's plastic, so it's not going to really tear anything up. But yeah, that goes along with the dish soap, so I can really get in there and clean. And for me, that is I just like to have clean hands, I guess. So for me camping, that is a every camp out carry for me, along with the dish soap. So Benadryl. This is just regular Benadryl tablets. Now, this is allergy season, and that's not necessarily what I use this for. I use this for sleeping. Yes, it's an antihistamine, I believe. Yes, it is an antihistamine. I didn't know much about this, other than, it's, if you have allergic reaction to something, this is something you definitely want to take. It'll save your life. But it also helps you sleep. It helps me sleep. And you can take 2 tablets. I take 1 tablet, and that's what I usually take before I go to bed when I'm camping. And the only reason why I do that is because when I camp out, I usually have a hard time sleeping. And I'm usually one of those guys that have to sprawl out when I'm sleeping. And when you're camping, you can't really do that. You're kind of confined in a sleeping bag. So Benadryl is excellent for a sleep aid. One large Band-Aid and 2 small butterfly Band-Aids. Now the large Band-Aid, my thinking, I actually think about it right now, but I can use it to cut it. I just cut what I want off of it. And then I also have that tape for blisters I could use if I need to tape the other end so it'd stay on me. So I can always cut something off this one section, or I could cut a section off this big Band-Aid. I don't need to use all of it, and I could use my athletic tape or the tape I'd use for blisters to hold it down. So that's why I just have, basically, that's why I have a big Band-Aid, so I just cut sections out of it. And I just have a couple smaller ones, so for like knuckles or fingers if you cut yourself or something. So there's that. I just keep a small military magnesium bar with a little striker here. And these things are not fun. They're really hard to scrape. But I like to practice my fire making skills when I'm out camping. Summertime, really don't need much of a fire unless I'm trying to boil water or something, but that's about it. So I don't need to carry a big ferro rod or nothing. So I just carry a small one of these on me. Matches, always good to have. You can start fires with those. And a whistle, a tops whistle at this one, and it's a flat. Now I would just use this for emergencies. And if I had to maybe dispel an animal with it, or I mean, if I had to maybe scare an animal with it or something, I could do that. Who knows? I just kind of threw that one in there, but it's good to have. And last but not least, I have a couple fire starters, Ray's Ravioli, and I have some inner tube tire as well for fire making. And that's that. And I know a lot of you guys might, wonder, there's not very much in there. But you gotta understand though, with this every camp out carry that I have, it's not the only thing that I carry with me when I go camping. So I'll have other items with me, so it all works together. This is just kind of stuff that I would normally use a lot, like the Benadryl, the chem lights, the dish soap, the knife, the fire starter, the headlamp, the lighting, those things, and the bandana. I mean, those are things I'm going to probably use every time I go camping. So, and the scrubber too for cleaning my hands. But yeah, those are things I'm more than likely going to use every time. So those really come in handy. And I had to keep reminding myself because I start, I am Scotty Survival. So, I start get like in survival mode. I need to have all these survival items. I'm like, wait, no, you don't. This is a camp out carry kit, and every camp out carry kit, and it goes along with everything else that I'm already carrying in my pack. So I had to remind myself that. The only thing I don't have in here is some bug spray, and I was wanting to do that, and I was wanting to look for some just a little small, like pen style bug spray to keep in there, but I couldn't find none. So yeah. So that's it, guys. That is basically my every camp out carry. I think I'm going to coin that name. I'm going to copyright that. I like that. Let's see, ECOC. Every camp out carry, ECOC. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought about that. What'd you guys think? Leave your comments below. I really appreciate it. If you got any ideas, I'd love to hear them. And I'd love to know what you guys think, if I should add anything else to it. So we'll do another one of these in the wintertime when it gets cold. We got a little ways to go for that. So you guys know me, I love winter camping. So yeah, make sure you leave your comments below. I'd love to hear your feedback on this subject. And I'll see you guys in the next video. It's been a while. God bless you, and I'll see y'alls in the next video. I'll see you guys in the next video. All right, take care. Bye.